In this week's episode of Dimension W, the collectors are gathering at Easter Island to discover the mystery of a catastrophic event. Before I go any further, let me just reiterate, this is going to be a review of episodes 6 and 7, because last week I was sick, I got the flu, and I needed some frickin' rest, so I decided to review both of these episodes together, and honestly it works out because this is going to be the beginning of a multi-arc story, which frankly is kind of insane, kind of hard to follow, and in many places is kind of generic. Mostly the stuff about Kiyoma's backstory. But before we even get to that, let's go ahead and talk about episode 6, where we are immediately introduced to a lot of brand new characters. We have Prince Salva, who is this warmongering playboy-like character who seems to be up to something which involves Easter Island. This is the island where this big catastrophic event went down, which supposedly ruined Kiyoma Mabuchi's life. This and, of course, learning about the death of one of his loved ones, but we'll get to that in a second. So he's got big plans here, and who knows exactly what that involves, because they're not getting into it quite yet. He's also joined by his younger brother by the name of Lawai, otherwise known as Lu, who is completely obsessed with Japan. He's basically a Japanophile, and he wants to see all of the stereotypical aspects of Japan. The thing is, things have changed ever since the advent of the coils, and it takes him a little bit of looking and searching until he runs into Kiyoma and starts to learn a little bit more about really what's going on here. And of course, this is more of just an introduction to more of Kiyoma's backstory, because we get to learn he gets his clothes from this woman who is apparently the sister of his lost lover, Miyabi. And she makes some clothes for this Lu kid, he gets all happy, but then he's eventually scooped up by his brother, and then he sends his brother out, basically, to beat the crap out of random people and give them this mission where they can go to Easter Island and make it worth their while. Basically, he's trying to send out a mission to all these people through violent means, and they really do a great job of showing you, like, how crazy powerful he is, because he actually ends up taking out one of Mary's robots, that one by the name of 4, and in the beginning of the episode, they show you how strong 4 is by taking out these goons. And then later on, Lu just comes in and completely kicks all sorts of ass. So you know we're definitely going to see a lot more from this character. But to be perfectly honest, that's all there really is to say about that episode. It's just about the introduction of these characters and that they're hinting that something really bad is going to happen on Easter Island. The second episode is where the story starts to move ahead a little bit more, where we get to see all of these collectors come in. A lot of new ones that we have never seen before. This brother and sister team, this one superhero looking dude, this dude who looks just like Will Smith circa 1998, I shit you not. And of course we get to see the return of fan favorites like Elizabeth and Loser. Then Kiyoma, Mira, and Albert Schumann are finally on their way to Easter Island as well, and they have this big crash landing sequence where the group of collectors get ready to go on the island, which all looks just completely destroyed and weird with these spikes which are erupting out of the sky. And this is because something really crazy happened at this place, and that's when we get this flashback sequence, which honestly makes the episode seem a little disjointed because it takes up most of the episode 7, where basically you get to see Kiyoma's backstory, where when he was younger, he met this girl by the name of Miyabi, who is disturbingly adorable, but also looks like she's just way too young for him, which makes it a little weird. But over time, they start to build a relationship with each other, they fall in love, and then something happens where she starts to get sick and ill, and then he goes off and he becomes a part of this group, Grendel, which is this group of badasses who use these really cool coil weapons. So there was a time when Kiyoma actually did use the coils, but then this weird event happened which we do not see. It's all completely off-screen, which kills pretty much all of his comrades aside from Albert Schumann. And then when he comes back, his girlfriend's head is just gone because they were trying to experiment on her with coils, trying to fix her up, and it ended up not working. So now he has a decapitated girlfriend, and you can pretty much now understand why he hates coils. Coils are the reason that all of these bad things have now happened into his life, and he basically just turns into this hardened badass. Sunrise, sunset. It's a little stereotypical. It feels like you could sort of cherry pick the same storytelling from a lot of different action anime series, just insert the scenarios with different characters. That being said, I'm glad that we got it out of the way and we're done with it, except that we still need to see what really happened on Easter Island, and that's probably what this whole arc is going to be about. This is probably what this Salva guy is looking for, because apparently there's this like one section of the island which used to draw power from Dimension W. It's not there any longer, and it's always seemed seemed to have been derelict, like there's nothing there anymore, until this camera caught this footage of this one person who was running through another dimension there. It's really weird and really heavy sci-fi shit, but I can't wait to see how they're actually going to explain it in the next couple episodes. So, what's the rundown on both of these episodes of Dimension W? This series is the type of anime where, like, if you miss an episode, you are just completely screwed, because there's so many little details about the overall world and the coils and what it is they're actually truly capable of. I'm still not really sure what happened to Easter Island. Like, they're not really showing what went down there, like how it all happened. You know, they're showing the cause and the effect. Simple as that. They're not wanting to show the middle part, which I really want to see, and obviously that's going to be a big reveal, I'm sure, later on, especially with this whole Salva guy, which, you know, he's an okay villain. You know, I'm ready for Kiyoma to get up there and start whipping some ass. I'd still like more development between Kiyoma and Mira, who are the main characters of the series, because that's one of the biggest conflicts, is the fact that he hates coils and he hates that type of technology, and he's being forced to work with something which is like the very like epitome of everything that is coils. And maybe it's just because he's trying to avoid it and he doesn't want to have to think about it, and maybe that's all it is. But I have a feeling eventually the two characters are going to grow on one another, and it's obviously going to be some sort of bombshell when they reveal more about Mira's and the secret of the coils. There's so much mystery with the show, and the fact that it can deal with time travel and parallel dimensions makes it so they can pretty much do anything they want. So I hope they get creative in the next couple of episodes, and I hope that the storytelling gets a little easier to follow, because this is definitely a series that can be kind of hard to follow at times. Like the previous double-parter that we had before this, I had to watch both of those a couple of times just to sort of have a kind of understanding of really what's going on here. And this one's a little easier to follow, but it is starting to get a little crazy. We need to get some more explanation. That being said, the series looks really cool. It's definitely got its own style, its artistic style, the character designs. All of the collectors look really insane. Some of them look like half-animal people. It's just really strange, you know. Every single arc just manages to up the ante just a little bit. That being said, I think the show is going to be a big success. It's getting ready to premiere on Toonami in America very soon, which is a really big deal. The fact that they're already got the English dub working. I always said, like, when the series began, that this is, like, exactly the type of show that should be on Toonami, and lo and behold, there it is. It's on the program, so check it out. There it is. So there it is. That's my review of these couple of episodes of Dimension W. I'm going to give both of them a 4 out of 5. I like the concepts behind them, but the storytelling is a little disjointed, and it can be confusing at times. That being said, this is a pretty cool show, and you should check it out if you like anime or sci-fi storytelling. If you did watch either of these episodes, I would love to hear your thoughts about them, and you can tell me in the comment section below, and make sure to tell me what you want to see from the future episodes of Dimension W. Thank you guys for watching this review. You guys are awesome. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and follow us on social media. Thank you guys again for watching, and as always, stay dandy, baby.